Good morning, everyone. If I could ask everyone to please find your spot. And we have Ms. Inglis with our welcome this morning.
Buenos dias, and welcome to Gather. Welcome to our students, welcome to our faculty and administrators, and welcome to parents, grandparents, and visitors who are here today. We gather each week as a community to grow in our spirituality and to be together as a group.
I want to extend a warm welcome to all students, parents, teachers, and staff, and a very special welcome to our special friends and grandparents here today. We're glad you're all here. Let's give them all a round of applause. That's right. As many of you know, on most Friday mornings, we gather as a school in this assembly called Gather. It's a time to be together as a community and to build up the values of our school. You all know that our values are community, courage, kindness, and love of learning. Today, you will see and experience all four. Each gather, we begin with a brief time of reflection so that we can calm ourselves and be ready to listen and to learn. So I'd ask all of you to please silence your phones, close your eyes, just lower your heads gently towards the ground, and get very quiet. Just to have 15 seconds of silence to focus on what's ahead. And when I count to 1, you can open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Do all of you know what it means to disrupt? You should know because you do it all the time. That's right. Actually, we all disrupt when we interrupt what's going on, when we call out something that needs to be changed, when we share an idea, or when we want to do something different. For example, when I'm walking across campus, sometimes you disrupt me as I'm trying to get from one place to another. You stop me and ask a good question, or you request a hug, or you give me a high five, or you tell me what you think. When I walk by the Early Learning Center, those students climb on the fence and disrupt me, and they ask, "What are you doing? What do you do here? Where are you going?" I want you to know I like all of this a lot. Other times, you disrupt by making requests to change or do something different. I get notes, opinions, and requests from you students all the time. In fact, you are unrelenting. You disrupt what's normal with your new ideas and proposals. I like all of this a lot too. Your disruptions are really good because you want to make a change. You want to try something new and fresh. Here are some recent disruption notes from you. From a third grader who said, "I think we should get a hamster for the class." And then she gives me a good reason why. Here's another third grader note. Quote, "I strongly believe that every PBS classroom should have a pet dog." And then he makes an intelligent and viable argument why we should do that. Last week, 2 kindergartners produced a beautiful project with fresh thinking, and a second grader created an architectural design to give me ideas of something new we should do on campus. And here's a note from a pre-K student, a 4-year-old, disrupting my day with the following note, I quote, Can the ELC please have more spoons? And then he stops there, not illuminating why they need more spoons. Now, other times you invade my office and you disrupt what I'm doing. I like it when you do that too, so please keep doing it. For example, here's a Valentine's Day card from a fourth grader that was hand-delivered to me in the middle of a very important meeting. The card says this, and I quote, "I like how you make sure everything at PBS is under control." Now, that's absolutely wrong and wishful thinking, but this student actually tells me why that's so important to him. Here's another example of when you stop by and disrupt and ask to feed my fish. And when you do that, you ask me questions and talk to me about your day. Almost every morning at carpool, one of you knocks on my office window to blow me a kiss. And she does it whether I'm there or not. And she does it whether or not I have someone else in my office with me. I like that. Clearly, we at PBS like to disrupt. I think that's awesome. My desk and my office and my calendar are full of outstanding disruptions from you. And the very fact that our students disrupt their headmaster like this should make all of you grandparents and special friends proud. Really and truly proud. As an educator, I like the idea of disruption. It takes courage. It requires risk-taking to share a new idea with your head of school. Disruption means thinking outside the box, and it takes real intelligence. A good definition of disruption is the following: to change or interrupt the norm to do something new. To change or interrupt the norm to make something better. Like in good business, teaching and learning should disrupt sometimes. It should disrupt so you students can learn and grow. I have two brief stories to illuminate what I mean by disruption for learning. First story, you've heard me talk about Sweden, where my grandparents were born. I had an opportunity to study there for graduate school. All of that required a big move, leaving behind my friends, learning a new language. It was a disruption, a challenge. After all, I had comfortable routines that I liked and didn't need to be disrupted. At first, I felt lonely, and I wondered, why did I disrupt my wonderful good life with such a big disruption? I did not understand what was on television. I could not find butter at the grocery store. The first student orientation session was 3 hours in Swedish, none of which I could understand, except the 2 sentences in English introducing me as the American. At the first lunch, while I was waiting in line, I felt like everybody was staring at me. Finally, waiting for that lunch, I gathered my courage and I disrupted the person next to me. I said, "Hello, my name is Scott. I'm the American. Who are you?" And he responded, finally someone in English, with the following: "My name is Pear, like the fruit." This disruption, my friends, opened the door. Opened the door to make new friends, lots of invitations to have lunch conversations in English, learning a new culture firsthand, trying a new language, thinking differently, being disrupted. The lesson: good learning should disrupt. I didn't think that was funny, but that's good. I guess I'm funny today. I have a second story. Last fall, several friends of PBS got together to talk about our school's history. I was really inspired by how PBS came to be, how and why we were founded as a school. And basically it went like this. PBS and another school were together as one school in the beginning. A group of parents and teachers were worried that the leadership of the school was not putting students first. So this group walked away, found this campus, designed a program, and started school. All that happened in one summer. Coach Drake was here for that story. Now, yes, round of applause for Coach Drake. Now, Coach Drake and that story is a disruption. It took courage and risk-taking to start a new school. It required thinking outside the box. It required a lot of intelligence. One person at this little history workshop said that PBS people are scrappy. Another person said PBS people are entrepreneurial. Ask your teacher. Another person said, that's a disruption story. Change the norm to build something new, just like we do in school every day here. My friends, students, parents, grandparents, and special friends, I'm proud that we're scrappy. I'm proud that this school is entrepreneurial. I'm proud that we disrupt so that we can think differently and always build something new and better. So students, when you spend some time today with your grandparents and special friends, talk to them about disruption in your learning. Your learning in school and out of school. Talk to them about disruption. And thank you all for your amazing disruptions. Thank you for listening.
Good morning. My name is Carrie Ann. The students here know me as Miss Armashevitz, and I teach visual arts here at PBS. Later this morning, I encourage you with your student, whether they be your child, grandchild, or other special friend, to stop by the NPR to continue the celebration of their accomplishments this year through the lens of visual arts. This year's show was a great experiment. I've never put on a show like it. It's truly child-centered. Our student artists were a part of the show from start to finish, much as practicing artists who show their work participate in its creation, mounting, and display. But children as artists need help and guidance. Independence and mastery of knowledge is gained over time and through repetition. Being our first show, both the students and myself needed help, a lot of help. The show in the NPR is the result of our community coming together. From our administrative team, who has been supportive in both dialogue and action, to our teaching teams who are flexible with scheduling and willing to send students at odd times to finish their work, I owe you a big thank you. To our facilities staff, who was hands-on with ladders, power tools, and an endless supply of tables, this show would have been in progress in perpetuity without you. Thank you. And to our incredible, amazing, and tireless parents, thank you. Thank you for donating your time to come into class to work with our students and for showing up en force to collect artist statements, mount work with students, and help our artists to hang their works. This show would not exist without your unwavering support and donation of time. Thank you. And to our student artists, thank you for taking risks in using materials differently, in trying new ideas, and in working together. This is your show. Enjoy it, share it with your people, and be proud of what you've accomplished.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music. Any old way you choose it. It's got a funky beat, you can't lose it. Any old time you use it.
I like me. the bottom sea of the sea. I've been to Harlem, I've been to Dover, I've traveled this wide world all over, over, over,
We have a lot of wonderful musicians. Let's give a big round of applause to Ms. Stephens and her student musicians. We also want to thank Ms. Armashevitz for a great art show, for all of the faculty, for our facilities crew, and for Mr. Levine for making today possible. A big round of applause to everybody. And before our school chorus helps to lead us in the school song, I just want to give you a few notes about what's next. After our Irish blessing, our students and teachers need a few minutes to get ready to meet you in their classrooms. So as they do that, please enjoy each other's company, have an extra cup of coffee, and then if grandparents and special friends could get to the classrooms by 10, I guarantee you the students will be ready for you. So let's now honor a PBS tradition, stand and sing together the Irish blessing, which is printed in your program. Thank you for being with us today, and welcome.